Hello and welcome to the Beyond Average Journeys of Growth and Increasing Value interview series. And I'm your host, Kristen Carlson. And today I'm joined by Francisco Nunez, president at Frankndesign in Orlando, Florida. So Francisco, thank you for joining us today.
Hi, good to be here.
Thank you so much. And could you just kick us off with a brief introduction about you and your business?
Yeah, so Frankndesign is a creative design firm focused on theme parks specifically. All we do is we assemble construction documents and drawings that would inform architects and engineers how to adhere to the creative intent. I was in the architectural field for 15 years, and I honed all that technology, design development skill sets into providing a service specifically for creatives in the theme park, entertainment, and hospitality worlds. If you have a vision of a space, we take your napkin sketches, we model it in 3D, and hand that over for an architect or an engineer and work with them to develop it into an actual physical building.
Wow, that sounds like a super niche skill set that I've
Extremely.
really not heard about before. So, is it popular? I mean, do all architects use this?
Yeah, so our clients, even though we collaborate with architects, are usually the actual attractions developer. In most cases, a Disney, a Universal per se, a lot
Okay.
of creative firms that are the visionary behind a big idea of how to do a land or an attraction, and they come up with all of the bells and whistles of what they're thinking, and we generate virtual representations of what they're thinking, and they use us as a tool to see scale, visibility. How does it fit in a space? Perhaps is a renovation project, and they need to see how does the idea fit. So a lot of people do what we do. We're not the creators of this, but the niche for us is that usually a lot of creatives also do the modeling, also do the architecture. We're just in the realm of the documentation and the modeling. That way, it allows us to work with many other creatives. Our creativity is in the use of the tool. We are very happy being the geeks to figure out the minutia and the quantification, the schedules, the Excel sheets that the creatives shouldn't be bothered by. We do
So
that
you figure out the how it can happen, right? You
how, and
take
we
the what
document.
and make it
Yep.
how.
They do
Okay.
the what, we do the how. Yep, that's a great way to put it.
Excellent. Excellent. So how long have you been in business?
So we've been in business for 5 years. Franklin Design was founded in May 23rd of 2019.
Oh, happy anniversary. It's coming up.
It's coming up, coming up.
Excellent. And is your business growing? What are you doing right now to scale your business?
It is growing. We have tremendous opportunities. The industry is just vibrant at the moment. We have so many opportunities with just a big injection of growth from many of our local theme parks. Uh, you have the big parks kind of competing against each other with Epic Universe arriving pretty soon. And we were blessed to be founded as a company within supporting the artists and creatives at Universal Studios to form Epic Universe. From there, we ventured out and do a lot of work with Disney as well. And there they have a massive, massive growth plan coming on. And then you have other regions that are continuing to grow, like Asia, Japan, China, Singapore, and then of course the Middle East with Saudi Arabia just really pumping in a lot of innovation and growth into major, major mega theme parks.
Excellent. So how big is your team?
So we are a team, I believe right now, if I got my numbers right, it's 24. We have 14 full-time W-2 employees and 1099 employees. With other contractors that we use as needed for their specific skill sets. So we're a very burstable team. I think the largest scopes, we've grown up to 38 people for a 6 to 4 month time frame.
Excellent. And are you supporting projects around the world then? Is your team doing that? Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. And so how are you finding talent? Do you work virtually or do you have to find talent in these other countries to help you or?
So we were virtual before it was cool, before COVID, because COVID's
Yeah.
already virtual. We were a very entrepreneurial firm. and everyone here is an entrepreneur in their own right. Some of them have their own businesses and became collaborators with Frankndesign until we were their sole client and therefore became full-time to Frankndesign. So, but I love it that everybody is an entrepreneur in their own right and everybody has their own responsibilities. Their responsibility is not to punch a time card and to sit at a desk. It's just to provide a product. And the product is the metric, the yardstick to see, it's not your presence, it's your product that we measure. So everyone is remote at Frankndesign. We do have teams that are either in the Caribbean, people in New York and Tennessee, South Carolina, all over the nation, pretty much. We have team members. We do have an office, and we have the opportunity to meet in person and to have meetings, but it's not a requirement for Frankndesign. How do we find talent? We've been very, very blessed to be in a vibrant industry full of youth. There's so many kids that now have programs that teach theme entertainment. So
Really?
we've been blessed with a lot of them, and we invite them to continue to apply to Frankndesign. We have an internship program that also introduces us to a lot of great talent in our industry, and that's kind of like where probably the majority of our newer members have come from.
What are some of your big challenges with this explosive growth in the business?
Growth. I think that the candidates, uh, we're looking for a particular set of skills. Also, the number one thing for us is demeanor. We rather teach skills to somebody that's a great person to be around than put up with a difficult person just because of their skill sets.
Exactly. Perfect. So it sounds like you're getting it from a leadership perspective, really how to build and retain the talent on your team.
Seeing how everyone gets along, their own willingness to hang out, to troubleshoot a project, to troubleshoot an issue, even without it being a requirement. Like you two speak to each other. No, they're already doing that. They're coming up with solutions together as if it was a school project. Like this is what we come up with, and seeing that camaraderie, it really speaks volumes. I get people to tell me, Frank, working here, it has to go to you because it starts with leadership. If you're an unkind person and it comes to be unkind, I don't take credit for it. I think that the only credit I can take of is like judge of character. And given that I'm driven by a person's demeanor, personality, outlook, and positivity, it's easy to filter. It's not that I'm doing a magic trick or I have a keen sight. It's just very easy to what to look for.
So how do you foster relationships on your team when everyone is remote?
Collaboration. We do a lot of show and tells. We promote celebrating each other's work and being there to collaborate. It's funny because the company is called Frankndesign. A lot of people refer to me as Frank, and I'm Frank Nunez. So there's a whole story where the name came about on the attractions that haven't yet been revealed yet. They will give a pun to the name.
Okay.
But with that said, they've come up with a lot of puns for different meetings. And one of the meetings that we do where everybody gets a chance to show a brag board of anything that happened in the last 2 weeks of something in business and something personal. So you'll show us, here's what really cool that I developed or I modeled this, talk about that. And in the next slide, you have, here's a new puppy we got, or, we went to Wisconsin and we went to the Strip, whatever that is, you have 2 slides to present. And the team calls that presentation the Frankentel. And it's where everybody comes in and tells what they've done on Frankndesign. And we love it. So that was a request that I had on my team because we're all remote and even we have 15, 14 projects at a time. Some people are only in the 1 or 2, 3 projects that they're working in. So if you have a chance to see what your other team members are going, you go like, oh my God, that's so cool. Actually, you're modeling a stair there. That stair looks like the stair I modeled last week. Call me after this and I'll send you, I'll go to this file folder and you have it there. So that's how we foster it. We really leverage all the virtual connectivity with Zoom, Teams, WhatsApp. All of these platforms are on constantly. We prefer to over communicate. We'd rather tell somebody like, I got it, or I'll catch up with that later than have crickets and not hear them.
I think that's a great idea. I love it. And your team, and it sounds like even though it's sharing a little bit about yourself, you also can leverage the skill sets across your team, right? So they can share with each other too. So that sounds amazing. Do you ever get everyone together
Yes.
in person? Okay. What do
Yes,
you do for
if
that?
anybody goes to our Instagram at the handle is at Frankndesign, they can see that we had the privilege of assisting the creative team on Halloween Horror Nights, for example, and be draftmen and draft women and draw and model for them. It's all their vision. We had very little input. We were just developing it for them with them. And one way we do it is that we take the entire team out and we have a VIP night where everyone has express passes. So you're not
Oh my gosh.
one or two houses. You go express, you get to see 10 houses versus one or two, who the average guest gets to do because it's a 2 hour wait. They're so amazing. And we get all food and drinks covered for everyone in the team. We all get together and then we do a very awesome annual holiday party. We do a lot of the industry networking events, TEA, whoever from our team wants to participate, we sponsor them and going to these events so they can grow professionally, but also personally and hang out with their peers.
Excellent. So how would you define work-life balance for you and your team?
That's a tricky question. As a CEO, that doesn't really exist. If I pulled my wife into the conversation, I think it needs a lot of improvement. But we do foster the support. Somebody needs a mental health break, if somebody needs time for themselves, because we're virtual. I think number one, just being virtual, there's no requirement to be in the office every day. So you can wake up in a window of time and you get an hour back between getting ready with a business outfit, commuting to an office, setting yourself up and starting. You can have breakfast, kiss your kids goodbye, and jump onto your computer. And that's already, I think, a big balance and a shift that a lot of companies have removed from the industry because it's all about the dollar, it's all about the bottom line. So we've maintained that because we were founded that way and we've found a way to be successful. But also just mindfulness, intentionally seeking out opportunities to support one another. What do you need? What requests are you not making? Because it's hard sometimes because we're institutionalized because of other jobs. And if I say that, I'm weak. Or if I say this, I'm not going to be supported. I am very proud of the environment that we've fostered with individuals that have had challenging situations in their life, and being able to be there for them is probably one of the things that I'm proudest of.
Awesome. You sound like a great leader, so thank you for sharing that.
Learning on the job.
Yeah. So what do you think takes your business beyond average, or what are you doing to make it a best-in-class company?
100%. Yes, that's a great thing. I think it's everyone is so accustomed to in the industry because of the high demand to do what's requested of, and don't volunteer, don't ask for anything else. If they didn't ask you for that, just do this. And I think that the foundation of Frankendesign was always going above and beyond. And I know that sounds cliche, and a lot of people have used that, but it's like, it could just be that 10%. Like they asked me to do the drawings, and here it is, but I'm going to add this little thing here. They didn't ask for it, but I'm going to adjust it in such a way. Every single one of our sheets, we like to look at them as if they were a marketing poster, because that is our calling card. The only thing that we can market ourselves, we can't show anything because of all of our work is under non-disclosure agreements, NDAs. What do we have? Word of mouth. A client that was pleased with the service we provided, and that client becoming a recurring client. Every single one of our clients are repeat clients. It's just it's been a continuation of somebody that gave us an opportunity, gave us a try, and that worked out. Not everywhere it works out. The timing of the projects might not be a good fit for us. We can participate and be successful at the same time, being mindful of those things. But I think that what makes us apart at first was the technology we were leveraging. We probably were one of the first ones to do it in this space. And now that's caught on because it yields so much success that a lot of people are now using this product that we use to model. So I think that what's going to keep us above and beyond is the people. It's the I love using the Best Buy analogy, how Circuit City and many other companies just went under the moment that Amazon came out, because it's like, why do I leave my house? I can afford it for this much. And I always ask myself, how's Best Buy still around? But then I realized, wait a minute, I'm still a customer of Best Buy. Even though I can buy that same TV online, I still go to them. I don't need to make an ad for them. They deserve this pun because, or this little, this promotion, because I still go there because there's a guy that works there that's a geek just like me. And he loves what he's doing. And he's taken upon himself to go to all the blogs and read about all the YouTube videos on particular screens. So instead of reading a bunch of reviews, I'm going to go talk to that guy and I'm going to honor his value that he gave me by buying it from him. I'm not going to leave and just go find it at another place online. Thank you for the feedback. I feel very confident in this product. I'm going to buy it because of the person that was there. A lot of other places just let the pricing compete. So Best Buy actually did some research and found out that they actually invested in training up their people when all the market shares were being lost to the online companies. Radio Shack went away, Circuit City doesn't exist, H&R Greg doesn't exist. They are left because they invested on their people. And they brought the people to be the driver of it. So you want to get a camera, you go to them. So I believe that as our competition grows and more people use this 3D software that we use to develop documents, the only thing that's going to set us apart is the people. We're there to listen, call us at whatever time. We're available, and we're going to troubleshoot and make this work.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, one of my favorite books is Everybody Matters from Bob Chapman. It's all about the people, right? And investing in
Write that
them
down.
is going to come back, yeah, come back tenfold. So thank you for that analogy with Best Buy too. So congratulations on growing your business and your success. Thank you so much for being here today with us, Francisco, and sharing your journey.
Thank you for having me. This is a pleasure. You're such a great interviewer. Made me feel such at ease with all the questions.
Awesome. And to everyone watching, I look forward to seeing you on our next episode.